Good morning, YouTube. Today is day one of the cut. We're cutting for like the next 12 or 14 days before we go to San Diego. Got to get these skinny cheeks, got to get these cuts to come out. Not much is changing, following the same workout routine, just decreasing calories a little bit. Basically, all my food's gonna stay the same. I'm just gonna eat a little bit less throughout the day, and that's it. We got chest today, which is our number one goal other than legs. Legs is definitely number one, and chest is number one, number two. All right, before we go, we're gonna take some of this Pulse Legion stim-free pre-workout. It's got some stuff for blood flow, got some beta-alanine, and I love the itch. And then for the stimulant, we're gonna do the 5-hour energy per usual. I'm gonna get a sick pump today. Actually been loving this stuff recently. It's got like, I just love anything with beta-alanine. If it makes you super itchy, I swear it's just like a psychological thing. It makes you feel like it's working great. And it does actually have benefits, but I just like to feel like it's working, you know? Your brain is so powerful. Like if you think something is working, it's working. So they should just put beta-alanine in everything. They should put beta-alanine in multivitamins, because then you'd actually feel something from taking multivitamins. Because usually you don't feel, you're just like, you take a multivitamin for like 6 months in a row and you're like, I feel zero difference. Why am I even taking this multivitamin? I'd prefer a pre-workout to a multivitamin any day, because you can actually feel it working. That's what it's all about. Life's all about feelings and feeling good. I don't know if that's true. I mean, it probably is, because like, what would be the point of life if you don't feel good? You just wake up feeling crappy every day? I mean, I do wake up feeling crappy every day, but like, if you stayed feeling crappy all day, every day, what would be the point of life? There's not one, right? It's definitely about feeling good. Probably some other things in there, but that's probably the main thing, I think. I think when we die and we talk to God, we're like, what was the point? He was like, it was just a party, dude. I don't know. A lot of you were like moping around, but the whole point was just to have some fun. I don't know. You actually chose to go down there, right? You were up here in like the spirit world and you were kind of bored and you were like, what would it be like to have a body and feel things physically? And I was like, okay, cool, go do it. And then some of y'all were just crying and whining, and you were just supposed to be having fun the whole time. Then y'all made up like capitalism and all sorts of shit. And then you started chasing money your whole life. And then you hated your life and you got divorced 7 times. And yeah, I don't know. Some of you did it wrong, but some of y'all did it right. Some of y'all took beta-alanine and you were like, woo! All right, guys, day one of the cut. We're gonna go hit chest. We're gonna get this juicy chest. We're gonna hit some decline cable flies, some presses, some other flies, some dips. We're gonna do dips because I got a new dip machine up in there. I kind of have to hurry because Blue, my big dog, had some diarrhea today, and she gets diarrhea like every few weeks, and she likes to paint the walls and the floors and etc. So I gotta hurry up because she went boo-boo like 3 times in a row this morning. So I'm hoping she's on empty, but I can't take forever at the gym today. But anyway, we're getting in this cut. We can pretty much eat exactly what we're eating minus cookies, because basically whenever I'm doing a lean bulk or I can eat 3,000 or more calories, I just eat cookies because I have lots of room to fit them in. And then now if we remove the cookies and eat exactly what we were eating, right? The taco bowl, the protein bars, the Ninja Creamies, and the cereal with the protein milk, that's only like 2,300 calories. So if I eat that every day, I'll lean out, no problem. Really, I just need to eat like 2,800 or less. So pretty damn easy. If I eat 2,300 for 12 days, we'll be looking good. We'll be good. This should be freaking easy. And it should be easy. Anytime you want to go on a diet or get results, you want to make it as easy as possible on yourself. Make as few swaps as you can. You just want to find the higher protein, lower calorie option, and generally with lower calories. The easiest thing is just cut out fat, right? And I'm cutting out the cookies, which is carbs and fat, which saves me a ton of calories. If I just, literally, even if I cut the cookie consumption in half, we would still be good. But I'm just gonna cut them out completely because we only have 12 days. And you kind of got to be on point in 12 days to make a good amount of progress. But I can tell you a lot of the missing shreds are from water retention right now, because I am eating a ton of carbs. I was probably eating like 300 plus grams carbs a day, if not close to 400 with the cookies. Yeah, so no problem. Should be easy. Guys, looking for other video ideas. What should I do other than the simple vlogs, right? Because I did a video recently, living like a millionaire influencer for a day. I lived like Mike Thurston for a day. If you don't know who Mike Thurston is, he's like one of the big OG fitness influencer. Dude's tan as shit, giant chest, rich. He has like a fitness app. He lives in Dubai to avoid taxes, I think, or maybe he just likes Dubai. But I know that they don't really have to pay taxes there, so I'm guessing it's more about that and less about how cool Dubai is, but I'm not sure. You know, don't quote me, I'm not him. But anyway, I need more video days. So like I was thinking maybe living like The Rock for a day because he eats like crazy cheap meals. Living like Joe Rogan for a day and then I have to like buy a bow and arrow and do a podcast, which, you know, not too hard. I do have all the equipment for that. But who lives a weird life? Who lives like a interesting type of life that I could live like for a day? Or other video ideas. Doesn't even have to be that. But I am going to keep doing these simple vlogs regardless. Yeah, I don't know. What ideas you got? All right, guys, starting with incline flies today. Usually start with decline, but starting with incline today because the machine was already set to incline and I didn't feel like moving it. So I'm just starting with this to warm up. Honestly, I didn't do flies for a really long time. Like I used to do cable flies with my friends in high school. Then I stopped doing them for a really long time. And then I started doing them maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like maybe in the last year. And I forgot like how good of a squeeze you really get. And now I do like mostly cable and fly type movements with chest because I always struggled to grow my chest. And a lot of times with dumbbells, you can lose that tension or it'll work your triceps a lot. But the cable flies, there's tension all the way back and your tricep isn't involved in the movement at all. So I've been definitely noticing more chest gains since I've started doing these. I mostly do decline. I almost never do incline. I just did them today because I was too lazy to move this up. Because moving these cables up is a harder workout than doing the workout. All right, so far we've hit incline cable flies, decline cable flies, and dips. The dips feel really good. I'm able to get a lot of reps, like 20 reps. So I probably could add some weight, but they don't have like a belt thing that I can strap weights to. And also it's a little high. I think I could move it down, but it was high. So I have to jump up and I'm not gonna be able to jump up with weight on me. But anyway, we got in a good amount of decline. We did a little incline. Now we're gonna do a little bit more incline with the dumbbells. And then that should be good. We'll see how we feel. Maybe we'll add one more exercise, but this should be good. Feeling pretty good so far. Pretty warmed up. Got a good pump. The bottom of the chest is feeling really good. Just need to hit a little bit more top and we will be good to go. I'm excited for this cut. Excited to start seeing more of these shreds. And I'm really excited for the slim face. There's nothing I love more than a slim face. And anytime I start eating more, I start putting on weight, right? The first thing to come is the face. Big fat face. I could literally have a six pack and like a chunky fat face. And I'm like, I don't get it. How is face the first thing to start holding water and fat? I don't even know if it's fat or if it's just purely all water retention in the face, but I'm tired of having a fat face. I think when you get older, maybe your face starts to get fatter. Because if you look at like Joe Rogan, I mean, he takes like growth hormone and stuff, but as he got older, his face like started to grow. That's why I've never done growth hormone, because I'm scared to get those acromegaly type of results from it. So I just stick to testosterone and Anavar, but growth hormone, I am not about to have my face grow. I don't want bigger ears, bigger nose, etc. So yeah, there's some dude who always asks in my comments for some reason. I think he must watch all the videos because he's asked like multiple times. He's like, I know you say you do testosterone and Anavar, but you look like you do growth hormone too. And I'm like, how can you look like you do something, guys? You can't look like you do something. You could never know what drug someone's on by looking at them. Sometimes you might have like a good idea, depending on if they're like really dry or like whatever, but genetics vary so much that someone may just look dry naturally, right? Or they might have shiny skin naturally, or they might have whatever about their genetics that maybe they're on like testosterone, right? But it looks like they're taking Winstrol or because they're so dry, but it's like maybe they're just like an endomorph and they are naturally like very lean and skinny. So then they put on muscle and they look dry. The only way you know is what someone tells you. Like if they tell you what they're on, then they tell you what they're on. There's people that lie. There's people that say they're natural and they're freaking not. But then there's also people who are natural and people don't believe them. Like Hussein Farhat, guys. Nobody believes that guy. They're like, you can't get that big naturally. I'm like, yes, you can. Somebody can. You can't. I can't. But that doesn't mean nobody can. Look at guys who are 5'2" and then look at Shaq. That shows you just how much genetics vary. Why would that not be the same for like height and size, musculature? Like, why would that not be the same for like, okay, if someone can be 5'2" and someone can be literally 7 foot tall, why would that not be true for muscle size and how much muscle you could put on naturally? It is true. Greg Doucette, yes, he does a lot for clicks. You know, he'll do a lot for views and money, but he's not dumb, guys. You would have to be such a complete moron
to be making millions and millions and millions of dollars and then think you're gonna make a little bit more by bringing on this fake natty guy and saying your supplements did that. First of all, he didn't even take a single Greg supplement for his whole transformation, so that doesn't help him at all. But two, Greg would never do that. If you're making millions, you're not gonna risk it for a little bit more. You're not gonna risk like maybe a 10% bump versus losing everything. Because if you lied for a fake 90 like that willingly, you would lose the majority. Like people would hate you, and he just wouldn't risk that. Like that's such a dumb move. So I don't know why people don't believe the Hussein Farhat. I mean, I do know why. It's because they can't get anywhere near that size naturally, or even with steroids. So they assume that he can't either. Genetics are so vastly different, it's almost uncomprehendable. All right, we're gonna try 70s, push the weight a little bit. My joints are feeling a little not fully warmed up right now. Also, my left ear feels like I need to pop it or something, but it's been feeling that for like 24 hours. So I'm wondering if I'm getting an ear infection, which I have not had since I was a child. Like I had tubes in my ears. Like if you get a bunch of ear infections as a kid, they put tubes in your ears. I don't exactly know what that means, but I know that it happened. And since then I've never gotten an ear infection. So I'm wondering if maybe I'm gonna get one. I hope not. Hopefully it's not an ear infection. Easy 12. I think I'm gonna push the weight today, see how much weight I can do. Definitely been feeling stronger since doing this 30 days locked in series. We're on day 31 now. The bulk is over, it's time to cut. But I'm definitely feeling stronger. Like I put in a lot more effort into the workouts last month, and I've actually used heavier weights than I normally would use. And I'm definitely feeling strength increases come on pretty quickly. Like nothing crazy, just weights that I was using are starting to feel lighter, basically. Haven't hit any like PRs. I don't even track PRs. I literally don't even know what a PR would be for me on this. I don't think I've touched like 100 pounds in a really long time on this type of exercise. And I'm not gonna start today. I might go up to like 80, 85. We'll see, because 70 did feel pretty good, feel like fairly light. It was moving fairly easily. So I think I'll push it with 85, but I'm gonna take a good rest first. And then with 85, I'll probably go for, I don't know, 5 to 8, but I'm not really gonna count it. I'm just gonna focus on the mind muscle connection and get a good squeeze. And when I feel done, I'll be done. And then if that feels easy, maybe we'll bump it up a little bit more, but don't really need to. I don't like to go super, super heavy. I want to go heavy enough where it's challenging, but not so heavy that I end up hurting myself, because consistency is key. If you want to get great results, you need to stay consistent, so you need to avoid injury. Pushing the weights can be fun, right? If you want to push the weights a little bit, but you also don't want to go too hard, and you want to move up slow, right? So if you do 70 and that feels pretty good, then, you know, go up by like 10. I mean, you got to gauge it, right? Because 70 did feel pretty damn light, so I'm confident I can go up by 10. And then from there, I'll see how that feels. And then maybe I'll go up by 5 if it feels easy. If not, maybe I'll just keep it the same. If it feels really light, maybe I'll go up by 10 or 15. But you know, you don't want to make huge jumps, because if 70 feels light, 100 is not that far away, but it is. You don't want to go so heavy that you lose your ability to balance that weight perfectly, because just one little mishap and boom, now your shoulder hurts. Now you can't lift for freaking a ridiculous amount of time, and you lost a shit ton of gains. You can always take a lighter weight, right, that is somewhat light to you. And if you go slower and you squeeze harder, you can make it hard for yourself, and you can have a much better workout with far less risk of injury. Hopefully that makes sense. So my wife's in school to be a nurse practitioner right now. She's got like 1.5 years left. So basically she's done with like, I think she just finished like her 2nd semester. So she basically has like all of next year, and then she'll be done. But after that, basically our plan with that was she becomes a nurse practitioner. That way she can get some kind of remote job, and then we could live anywhere. I don't know if we would ever leave Phoenix. I've lived here my whole life. I think it would be actually a good experience to go live somewhere else, at least for a time. Our whole family is here in Phoenix, and she's lived in multiple different states ever since a kid. She was like in California, Texas, then here. So she moved a good amount of times. I've never experienced living in another state before. And Lily's been talking a lot about Miami, not Miami, but close to Miami. I forget what the town is called, but there's a more suburb area near Miami. That's kind of, you know, more like Phoenix, but with Miami type weather. It's close to the ocean, etc. She's been talking about moving there a lot recently. So I'm thinking it might be cool to try that out in a couple of years. But our big dream would be like, because Phoenix summers are hot as shit. And we love like walking around outside. Like our big thing in the winter / fall is like almost every evening, if she's off, we will go for a walk. And I walk by myself like all the time. Like I will literally get up in the morning, go for a walk, come back, go to the gym, come back. Sometimes I'll even go for another walk in the evening. But in the summer, we're like stuck indoors because it's so hot. Sometimes I do walk around the gym after I'm done and just sweat my ass off. But we love walking in the nice weather. So ultimately, if we could figure out a situation where we live here most of the year, we're with our family, and then part of the year in the summer, we go live in like Southern California, maybe rent an Airbnb for a few months. That would be like the ultimate dream life. And I think we can get there for sure. Right now, it's mostly down to the flexibility of her job. So she's working on that right now. Could she just quit her job and then I do everything full time? Probably, if we really wanted to make that work, we could, right? I'll be honest with you, we could. But I am always thinking about the future. And in my mind, it would be much better for her to become a nurse practitioner, to be able to make a little bit more money. She'll have a lot more options, right? Like nurse practitioners can make anywhere from, you know, low 6 figures to like they could open their own business and do crazy stuff. Ideally, she becomes that and then works a couple days a week. We have kids, etc. But the reason I don't want her to just quit, not become a nurse practitioner, and we just live off of what I make is because if something ever happens to me, I want her to have the ability to like have a good life, especially if we do have kids, right? I don't want to leave her with a kid or two and then I, you know, die tragically. And then she's stuck making what she currently makes. And then at that point, she has 2 kids and no husband, then pursuing a higher education would be even more difficult. So for me, it's kind of like an ultimate backup plan for her. I don't know if I've really told her this, and I don't know if I really want her to watch this vlog because she'll be like, why don't I just give up and we can live off what you make? No, because if something happens to me, I want you to still have a good life. That's basically why I want her to do it. And I haven't just been like, hey, quit your job and let's just live. You know what I mean? All right, let's go for the 80s real quick. All right, these are feeling pretty good. I'll go for like 5 to 8 just to feel it out and see if we can do a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's moving like butter. We can definitely do the 90s. Just gonna take a good rest again. I feel like there's 2 ways you could train. You can either lift a little bit heavier and take a little more rest that day, or take a little less rest. Maybe you keep your weight kind of the same, right? Because if I hit 70s and then I rested for like 30 seconds to 60 seconds, and then I hit 70s again, they'd feel really difficult. But if I hit 70s, rest for 2 to 3 minutes, then hit 80s, rest for 2 to 3 minutes, then hit 90s, boom, good. And sometimes I do one, sometimes I do the other. Doesn't really matter. I think you can switch it up. You never have to stick to like, do I do high rest times or low rest times? Do I do high reps or low reps? You can always do all of them. You can vary it from day to day. You can vary it in your workout. Generally, with each workout, I'll do a rep scheme, something like 15, 12, 10, 8, which basically just means I'll start with lightweight and work up to heavyweight. And I don't count a ton usually. Anyway, with the life plans and stuff, I never thought that I would leave Phoenix. I always thought I would live in Phoenix my whole life. But now I've been thinking a lot more about like, man, what is life about? Like, it's supposed to be like this journey and this adventure and like fun, and you know, you're supposed to try different things and stuff. And at this point, I am thinking like, it might be cool to move somewhere else. I'm actually terrified of it, to be honest. Sometimes when she talks about it, I'm like, yeah, it's a good idea. Maybe we'll just visit though. Because I don't know how it would be to like completely uproot everything, go live in a new city, find a new gym, figure out my new routine with like filming and all that type of stuff. But now, like making these videos, I think it might actually be really fun to do and like document and stuff like that. So, you know, in a couple of years, we'll see where we're at and maybe we will try something like that. But I definitely want to travel more. I don't know what it is recently, but I've had this kind of just like eye-opening thing where I'm like, bro, all you're doing is grinding and grinding and grinding. And that's why I started doing the YouTube, because the YouTube was always my dream, was to like start making YouTube videos, let people in on my personality and my life a little bit more, compared to like, if you look at my Instagram and stuff, yeah, it's fun and it's funny and it's kind of shows you like my sense of humor and stuff, but it's not like a full picture of me in my life. And I don't know why I want to share that with people and teach people how to get in good shape and teach people how to better their lives, right? Because I'm always teaching like, hey, learn personal finance, learn how to invest your money, slow, steady, wins a race, don't be done to do get rich quick type stuff. But recently I've been like, you know what? Like, yes, continue grinding and working hard, but like also enjoy life. and incorporate those two things together. And vlogging is gonna allow me to do that because I can do anything and just share it with you guys. And hopefully, you know, some people will enjoy watching it. Not even hopefully, some people will enjoy watching it. Some people won't, you know, there's so much content out there, so many different types of people in the world that like, there's always someone that will like your type of stuff and someone that won't. And that's cool. But anyway, I'm trying to think of like ways to have more fun in life and experience new and different things. That's why I like doing like the Mike Thurston videos, like go, you know, live like you're bougie for a day. That was pretty fun. Doing things I normally wouldn't do, right? Like literally just simple things like going out to eat, going to the mall, going to a coffee shop, like different things, places I never would just try on my own. But because I'm like pretending to be this other guy for a day, it's stuff that I did for that day. And I think we could do them even bigger and more type of fun stuff like that. I don't know, we can incorporate a lot of different things in these vlogs, but I am thinking that at some point moving away might be fun, or even renting an Airbnb for like 3 months and staying somewhere for like a whole summer, just to experience what it's like to live somewhere else and not be here my entire life. I think my entire family, since my great grandparents, have been in Phoenix. And not many people in my family have ever moved away. And not even a lot of people in my family have even traveled very far or done very much at all. And I'm like, man, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm like, I want to experience more in life. You only get one shot at this bitch. So we should do as much as humanly possible. And recently I've been thinking like, what are some cool video ideas? Like eventually if this channel does really well, one of my dreams is to do those type of videos where we like give money away to people. Like go find a single mom or, you know, something like that and just freaking give money. Or, you know, I used to be a pizza delivery driver. When Lily was in nursing school originally, I worked at Farmers Insurance, and there was like 2 years in there where I also delivered pizza at night to make ends meet and like buy us dinner. And as a delivery driver, it was really great when someone would give you like a $20 tip. You know, that would like make your day, because there were also people that wouldn't tip you at all, and you drove like 5 miles to their freaking house and you just want to punch them in the freaking mouth. So I think one of the first video ideas, I think once this channel becomes monetized, I'll take like the first few $1,000s that it makes, and we're gonna call up some delivery, we're gonna order some food and just tip the delivery drivers like a ridiculous amount. That would be sick. And I used to be a delivery driver, and I would totally want that to happen to me. So hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, leave some comments for the algorithm so that, you know, we can get this video out to more people, or just all the videos out to more people, grow the channel, get monetized, and then start to like give money away, because I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Last set, we're gonna go for the 90s. Felt heavy picking them up, but that's just my grip strength. So I think we'll be good. Let's go for at least 5. We good. We're hitting PRs today. You know, PR for the last 3 weeks. All right, that's good. We're done with this workout. We hit the incline cable flies because we were too lazy to move it. Then decline cable flies, dips, and then incline dumbbell press. Basically the same structure as we normally do, but with just those incline uppers and some dips. Same, you know, like 4 exercises chest. Hit every piece of the chest and you're good. You guys, don't overcomplicate workouts. They don't need to be anything special. Literally hit each body part, try hard, pick exercises that you get the best mind muscle connection with, and go hard until you feel like, yeah, I'm done. That was a good workout. That's really all there is to it. You don't need a super customized plan. Custom plan, basically all that means is like, what is your schedule and what equipment do you have? Like, there's only so many ways to put together a workout, right? Like if your name is Timmy and you hire a coach to make you a custom plan, they're not gonna invent the Timmy press, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be doing the same exercises everyone else does. They're just gonna look at like, okay, where are you at currently? Oh, you've never lifted before? Okay, we're only gonna do like 2 sets per workout for a little while, and then we'll build you up. Oh, you've been working out for years? Cool, we're gonna do 4 sets and we're gonna do like 4 to 5 exercises. And what's your schedule? Okay, cool. So I think with that schedule, the best thing to do would be work out with this split, because then you'll hit the muscles this many times, etc. It's not like super complex, and it is useful. You know, I do make custom plans for my clients based on those factors, basically. But then I teach them, if you get bored with this, substitute the exercises. You can totally substitute it. And then, hey, after you've been doing it for a few weeks, just do it intuitively. You don't have to follow it to a T. You know, if you get better pump when you're doing like about 12 reps and some of the exercises say do 8, screw it, throw it out the window, do 12 on those too. If you finish your 3 sets and you feel like that wasn't enough, do another one, do 2 more. If you get a better squeeze with this exercise than that one, do that one, do the one that you get the better squeeze with. It's all intuition. You learn your body and do what is best for you. And then the workout part, not even that important. What really is important is the food. Make sure you're hitting the right macros, you're eating the right amount of protein and the right amount of calories. Those 2 are the most important, and then you can optimize by moving your carbs and fats to like a more perfect zone. Generally, you're gonna want like higher carb, very low fat, and then if you need to like cut water and actually look shredded, then you would decrease carbs for a little while, depending on where you're at. Get rid of some of that excess water. Boom, now you look all diced up. Carb manipulation manipulates like how much glycogen is in the muscle, how much water are you holding under the skin. Protein helps you build the muscle. Fat is used for hormone production in the body, but you don't need that much fat at all. You need much less than you probably think. Like a guy, you could probably get away with like 30 grams or less per day, or 30 grams or more per day. I mean, 30 grams, okay? Like the minimum. Women, you could probably get away with like 20 grams or even slightly less. It doesn't take that much of something to make a hormone. A hormone is like a tiny little fleck of nothing. I'm just kind of rambling about shit. I don't know. Let's go check out this physique real quick. All right, we are done with the first chest workout of the cut. Same workout as before. You don't need to change your workouts up between cutting and bulking. You do literally the same thing. There's no such thing as like high reps tones your muscle and low reps builds the muscle. That's all BS, okay? What builds muscle is time under tension and perceived effort by the muscle, stimulating that muscle for growth, okay? Your muscle doesn't know how many reps it did. It doesn't know any of that shit. And there's no such thing as toning the muscle. Your muscle can either grow or shrink, and you can either gain body fat or lose body fat. Being more toned is just losing more body fat. That's all that is. You can't shape the muscle. You can shape it by growing it more in one area, but high reps doesn't do anything. I feel like the chest is looking pretty big and juicy. Can you guys tell? Does this angle help? Yeah, I feel like it's been definitely looking a little bit bigger recently. Just going harder on chest in general, but basically, I feel like I've put a little size on my chest this month, which is great. That is the goal. How are the legs looking? Not too good because all the blood is in my chest. And I got little baby legs, but looking pretty ripped. Got some good definition up in there. All right, guys, good chest workout on my way home right now. I think I'm gonna go check out Metroflex Gym and see how much their day passes are, how much their memberships are, and just check out the gym because I haven't seen it in a long time. And I wanna see if it's maybe like a good place that I could start going and filming every once in a while, maybe like a few times a week, switch between gyms. It's just good to have like a different vibe every once in a while. I feel like just change it up. I know it was a pretty cool gym before. I just kind of want to see like how it looks on camera, to be honest. I want to see like how the lighting is and stuff like that. See if it'll be a good place for filming, because for me that's pretty important. And I already know they have like great equipment and it'll be a good gym for working out. It's more just figuring out what the situation is, lighting, and like how many people there are, because if it's super packed, that's also not great for filming. But it's like a Tuesday afternoon, so probably won't be too packed right now. But anyway, let's go check it out. Hopefully they'll be cool with me holding this little vlog camera when I go in there. All right, just got to this gym. Let's check it out. It is a lot closer to my house, so I'm hoping it'll be a good situation for me. All right, gym looked pretty cool. Lighting is not great, but I wanted to sign up anyway because it's pretty close to my house and I thought it'd be fun to switch it up. And the price isn't bad. It was only $35 a month. I did have to pay like $45 for like a startup fee and like pay for this fob and stuff. I don't even have keys, so I'm gonna have to keep this in my car, I guess, and not lose it when I go into the gym because I literally don't have a key ring to put it on. But I already worked out today, so we'll probably go like tomorrow and do a real workout there. What do we have tomorrow? We did chest. Tomorrow's quads, I believe. Right? Arms, abs, chest. Yeah, we got quads tomorrow, so we'll come here to this grungy gym, do a quad workout. They are blasting music, so won't be great for speaking, but whatever. I just wanted somewhere that was like closer to my house that also wasn't a chain gym. Like, I freaking hate Mountainside. There's a Mountainside by my house. The people are great, right? But it's just packed, and like the equipment isn't great, and like there's always only like one leg extension, and there's like a line like waiting to you every time. You cannot use that leg extension without someone asking you how many sets you have left, and that shit annoys the shit out of me. I don't know why. Like, it's fine to ask. I never ask that to anyone because I'm like, I don't need to know how many. Like, I'll watch you, I'll keep an eye out, and when it opens, I'll go over there. You know what I mean? I think instead of saying like how many sets you got left, I'd be like, yo, could you wave me down when you're done? Because I got next. You know what I'm saying? So that way someone doesn't like hop on when you were kind of like the next one waiting for it. So maybe saying something. That's probably why people ask how many you got left. Really, they're saying like, I got next, and that's fine. Usually when people do ask me that, I'll like wave them down like, yo, come over here before I walk away, so that way someone else doesn't take it before you realize that I'm done. But anyway, that's it for today's video, guys. Day 1. Get locked in yourselves. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, do all that shit. Or don't, dude. Or just watch the videos all the way to the end and don't even help me at all by hitting the like button. Just be a selfish douche.